So I had hazelnut and Nutella from this. Costed me €3. Was really, I don't know, I haven't really tried it, but it's supposed to be one of the best in this place.
Rome during the day has a lot to offer. It's definitely one of the most majestic cities in the world, and I wanted to understand why. Therefore, you'll see in this video a large part of what Rome has to offer, from Vaticans to many of its piazzas. There are over 2,000 of them, by the way, and from its legendary castles to the main Tiber River. Rome has everything that you can potentially ask for on a city trip, from food, bars, nightlife, walking tours, whatever you need, Rome has it. And in this video and some other videos I will make on Rome, what exactly Rome has to offer, so you guys are well prepared when you go over there. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, as it really helps out in the growth of this channel and encourages me to make more videos. So let's see what Rome has installed for you guys. And the first place that I recommend that you should start from is Giancalo, which is a 360 panoramic view of this city, and the most perfect time to go is in the morning. After seeing this gorgeous view, head towards Pantheon. It was actually a former Roman temple that got turned into a Catholic church in 609 AD. It looks absolutely mesmerizing, and you truly get to understand that most of the European structures that you see, such as the British Museum for example, are just mere copies taken from the inspiration from this temple. Pantheon has quite a unique architectural structure. The true date of this construction is uncertain, because Hadrian, the emperor at the time, chose not to inscribe the new temple but rather to retain inscription of the older temple. The building itself is round in plan, with large granite Corinthian columns, and a rectangular vestibule links the porch to the rotunda, which is under a coffered concrete dome, which we'll see later in the video. Honestly, this 2,000-year-old building is one of the best preserved of all ancient Roman buildings in the world. And it's largely due to the fact that it's been well maintained throughout different periods of history. And if you really think about it, that could only be possible because of the fact that this building's purpose changed as time moved along. And today, it serves as one of the architectural marvels of Rome. And that's largely due to this dome, which is to this day the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. And the inside of it is called a cella, which is quite unique in Roman architecture, and it became a standard exemplar when classical styles were revived. Oh, and the hole in this dome was the only source of natural light. Honestly, you can spend the whole day just being fascinated by how amazing this place is, studying its history, architectural styles, and the cultural significance it had at different points in time. What I even found more fascinating is that Oculus, the hole in that dome, is never covered, even when it rains. And because of this, the interior floor is equipped with drains and has been built with an incline of about 30 centimeters to promote the water runoff. Some experts say that the interior of the dome was possibly intended to symbolize the arched vault of heavens. And when the light enters throughout the day, the oculus moves around this space in reverse sundial effect, marking time with light rather than shadow. Oculus also offers cooling and ventilation. All in all, Pantheon was an absolute delight. After that, I recommend you go towards Piazza Navona, which is basically a public open square in Rome, and it was built on the site of Stadium of Domitian. This is where the competition area was, also known as Circus Agonalis at the time. You can do a tour of the ruins, which are still underneath this piazza. Unfortunately, I missed out on that, which gives me a reason to always go back. And just like any other famous city in the world, Rome is best seen on foot. The city won't end, but I promise you, you'll get tired. That's why it's known as the Eternal City, as it's brimming with magnificent churches, museums, and archaeological sites. But in my opinion, perhaps the most impressive artwork of all is its urban fabric. From historic Renaissance streets to the ancient Roman roads and hidden lanes, for a true wanderer, Rome is a dream come true. And as you're wandering down these streets, you'll find yourself at Castel St. Angelo, also known as Mausoleum of Hadrian, where the emperor stayed with his family. The place was later turned into a fortress during the Renaissance, and today it's a museum, and it's one of the tallest buildings in Rome. Gazing upon this structure, you're greeted with Michael the Archangel, the angel from whom the building derives its name. and it cost around 20 euros to visit. Like many of the Roman attractions, this place again will take your breath away, and you'll need more than a day just to explore this place. The castle offers 3 impressive viewpoints. There is a rooftop terrace with angel statue showcases the best panoramic view of Rome, and there is also a coffee shop in the castle that show a complete unique perspective of Rome. This place is located right next to the Tiber River, which is the 3rd longest river in Italy and the longest river in central Italy. The river has achieved lasting fame as the main watercourse of the city of Rome, and as you walk along the river, you'll see many fascinating Roman sites, such as Trastevere and the ancient city center. The river was critically important to Roman trade and commerce. Another fascinating fact is that Romans used to execute criminals and throw them into this river. And even when Christianity came, this practice still continued, as corpse of Pope Formosus was thrown into the river. And as you walk along this river, you'll be able to see the Vatican in sight. There'll be plenty of opportunities for you to take pictures and videos and just chill along the river with a beautiful view of the Vatican. And you can go to the Vatican by taking via della conciliazione. Apologies for butchering the name, but it means road to conciliation. And this is the street that connects St. Peter's Square to the Castel St. Angelo and truly offers the best views of the Vatican. Kind of wish that I went with someone, as taking pictures over there is not an easy job. When you eventually get to St. Peter's Square, you'll be greeted with St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City. Despite of much of historical significance, the area around the church was rebuilt several times following the various sacks of Rome. And to credit the building of this area, you have to applaud Benito Mussolini, who was a fascist of course, but resurrected the idea of grand thoroughfare, symbolically connecting the Vatican to the heart of the Italian capital. And since its completion, the road has acted as many primary access points to St. Peter's Square and the extension to the Vatican City itself. At times such as during the funeral of Pope John Paul II, it has acted as an extension to the square itself, allowing for greater number of visitors to attend the functions conducted there. Which brings me nicely onto the Vatican City itself. Although it has city in its name, it's not a city at all. It's actually a landlocked sovereign country. In fact, it's the world's smallest country in terms of land area and has the smallest population as well, around 800 people as of 2023. Now, you can enter the city for free, which means that you can see St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square without dropping a dime. However, if you want to see the Vatican's starring attraction, such as the Sistine Chapel and the Vatican Museum, you will have to pay around 15 euros. And don't get me wrong, it's a big area to explore. Therefore, like I said to you, one day is just not enough. Therefore, Vatican becomes another place that I want to explore when I go there again. And I would definitely recommend that you guys should put it on your list as well, as it's an integral part of Rome and shares quite a significant part of its history with all of Italy. And it doesn't even feel like it's a separate country, to be honest, but it could be a good brag that you've done 2 countries in one trip. Next, I had to stop and sit down and try this really delicious baguette from a place called Pasticceri Palmieri near the Vatican. I'll put the details in the description below. It's a common occurrence that small alleyways and streets end up becoming big roads in Rome. So you gotta be mindful of that, as there's a lot of traffic there as well. And I'm not only talking about public transports and cars, I'm also referring to horse carriages, and they can come out of anywhere, especially in the touristy spots. And these roads date back to around 300 BC and were in regular use, as they provided efficient means for the overland movements of armies, officials, civilians, and inland carriages of official communication and trade goods. And as you're exploring the city, you will end up at Jewish Quarter, which I found so fascinating that I had to go back there again to do an official tour. The Roman Jewish ghetto is one of the most beautiful hidden treasures of the city. Visiting this small neighborhood, delimited by the Tiber River on one side and by the Venice Square on the other, it is not only a cultural and religious experience, but also a culinary one, as there are a synagogue, Jewish museum, and many restaurants that are littered throughout the ghetto. And this place is considered to be the oldest ghetto in the Western world, as Pope Paul IV ordered its construction in 1555, revoking all the rights that have been granted to the Roman Jews. Originally, the quarter only had 2 points of access, everyday lives of Jewish people was quite hard and they were subjected to severe requirements and restrictions. It really makes you ponder upon today's political landscape and what's happening in Israel and Palestine. So Jewish people had to stay inside the ghetto and always carry a distinctive sign to say that they are from the Jewish community, and they had prohibitions to carry out any kind of trade except those related with rags and clothing, or to own real estate. And during World War II, over 1,000 Jews were forced to leave their homes here and were taken to Auschwitz. Over the thousands that were taken, only 16 survived. It's quite a dark and grim part of history. Therefore, I had to lighten my mood with some ice cream. And for that, I went to Gelateria Valentino.
So I had hazelnut and Nutella from this. Costed me €3. Was really, I don't know, I haven't really tried it, but it's supposed to be one of the best in this place.
After that, I was quite tired, so I decided to call it a day. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. It's always appreciated. Please put in the comments below what you thought of it, or any other places you want me to explore. I will upload more videos from this place, as Rome is a wondrous gem. And please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.